Welcome back, forest friends. Today we're going to be looking at Abuela Lita. And so on our profile page here, you can see some of the basic information that's going to get us started, but these are going to become much more interactive, much more dynamic. So expect this to look differently in the near future. You have the option to request an improvement, which is just like the lantern under the signpost, where you can adjust voice, you can adjust tone, you can suggest all these things for the engineers together. But let's start a conversation with Abuela and see where we go. All right, we're already in a new journey, but we could click here also. Let's think about this. Let's pretend we are a kid just sent out of class. All right, let's send that away and see how Abuela responds. And again, Abuela is kind of front office, that magical person that is that first touch with a student when they come through the door and are already sort of escalated. Looking here at the response, you can see the changes. You can see the difference between Abuela and the other entities. But let's keep this going and see how the responses move forward. All right, let's think about this. I can. All right, let's pretend we're a student and we are. We broke a pencil. Yeah, he was poking us. Yep. Yeah, there we go. Yep, we need a little bit more detail. There we go. All right, Abuela's going to respond. And so we got her response coming back to us. And again, she gives us a remember of like, listen, feeling upset makes sense, but breaking the pencil is just one chapter, not your whole story. Again, focusing on that restorative piece and helping using reflection questions and schema in order to get the user to be able to de-escalate themselves faster and gain knowledge in this moment. But, all right, let's go ahead. All right, let's go ahead and keep this going. What was underneath it? All right, I was in math class, so math is already a struggle point for me. So let's make the frustration around the fact that I was sort of already escalated when he poked me with the pencil. So there's an option here of like, maybe he wasn't trying to hurt me, but I was maybe in a different mindset. Ay, there's Abuela, her response. And so you see she gives some good framing to aid in the de-escalation. And then you can kind of see here at the bottom of getting that reflection going, right? What did you need in the moment before breaking the pencil? And so we can start thinking about how we would respond to these questions. And you can notice too that you don't have to do full sentences. You can do lists, you can do short bursts, and that will respond as well. So let's get the answers needed. And quiet does not break the pencil. Okay, all right. Again, I always love, you can always add on some detail, a little extra detail. Never hurts in getting a better response, but notice also you can kind of avoid some of the strict prompting that you have to do with other more generic AI interfaces. So we've got a response coming through, and you can notice that, she is still extending more of the restorative de-escalation approach, and she is going to offer a question. But here we are, Alder Branch. Let's remember, rooted in care, growing through our connections.